now, Pierre Franey.
Welcome to Cuisine Rapide. I'm Pierre Franey. Today we're going to do scallop recipe. Basically, it's three kinds of scallops. We have the deep sea scallops right here. They come in, sometimes they're larger, maybe a little smaller than those. The next one, it's the best scallops, which is the one I love very, very much. Here we have calico scallops. Those, they come from the coast of Florida or North Carolina, South Carolina. Now, today we're going to do this grilled brochette of scallops with zucchini. So what we need to do those, we need a marinade. We need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon of coarse mustard. Put a little more if you want. This one I would say I got a teaspoon and a half. Teaspoon of garlic, chopped garlic. Some pepper flake, about a 1/4 teaspoon. And here I have some chopped fresh thyme. That's a kind I like, but you could use a dry one. But if you use a dry one, you have to chop it too. Salt and pepper. This is white pepper here. Okay? Now, we put the scallops. I got 28 scallops here. Now, we're going to need some zucchini. We're going to need 16 pieces of zucchini that I'm going to slice. They have to be about a 1/4 inch right across. You slice them. About a little over a 1/4 inch thick like this. I'm going to cut a few like this. Put them in here. And now we blend them, mix them well. You don't have to marinate them ahead of time. This could be done right away. See, we blend them. I'm going to do 1 because we got 3 that were done for me. I'm going to show you what to do. First, you take the zucchini. This is a bamboo skewer. You could use, the regular steel skewer, but bamboo is very cheap and it's all over the place. But I like bamboo, So you put 1 zucchini here, 2 scallops, like this, 1 more zucchini, 2 more scallops, 1 more zucchini, 3 scallops. You could do whatever you want, It's fun to do it that way. And we put 3. If you want, you could put, let's put 1 more here. And 1 more scallop here. So you need about 1 1/4 pound of scallops. So, and that's it. Now, we push that this way. I'm going to cut it because it's a little too long. But see, I'm using a bamboo skewer here. So what I'm going to if I put that in a broiler here, a grill, the bamboo is going to burn. So I'm going to protect this with some foil on the end, on each end. And just like this. So here we are. We have 4. And then ready to go on the grill. Now, we want to be sure that that grill is hot. I want to make it a little hotter. It's going to smoke maybe, but nothing wrong with that. When you build your kitchen, make sure when you build a kitchen, a lot of people, they spend fortune to build to furnish their living room, but everybody forgot a kitchen. You got to have a well-equipped kitchen because you have there almost 2-3 times a day. In your living room, you're there only 1 time. But your kitchen, you spend a lot of time. I think the kitchen and the bedroom, they're the most busy 2 room of the house. So spend money on your kitchen, equip it right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to brush it lightly, this grill here. So if you have a good fan with a hood over, like I have in my kitchen, it's going to go up in the air. So, all right, we place the scallop like this. not too close to each other. We're going to cook them about you have to move them around, but make sure don't move them too fast. Now, with this, we're going to need rice. The rice, which is, I'm going to need, I have already 2 tablespoons of butter. And here, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of chopped onions, a little bit of garlic, about like a teaspoon. I'm going to cook it like this here. I want this to be wilted. Don't burn it. And here I'm going to use a cup of converted rice. I don't like to mention brand name, but this rice is seriously converted rice. So we need a cup of converted rice. The people on the band, they mad at me. Every time I make rice, you know, I mention converted rice. So well, it's smoked. That's all right. I mentioned, it will give a recipe. See, I use 1 cup of rice and 1.5 cups of moisture, of water, or whatever, stock. And their recipe calls for 2. So they say, well, your recipe is wrong. You don't have the yield you should have. You should use 2 cups water, which I'm going to use now. Now, I have to put some turmeric, a teaspoon of turmeric. You mix it well. Now, I want to go back to my scallop here. Look at that. Up. Beautiful. Well, I'm using my finger because I'm used to it, you know. Look the way it cooks. Look at that. Ah. So this one cooking faster, so I'm going to put it on the back. All right. All right. Now we stir that. We make sure it's not burning. I'm going to put 1.5 cups of water, 1 bay leaf, bring it to a boil, and we are going to simmer this for 17 minutes. 17 minutes, not 18, not 16. I got some rice which is already cooked here that I'm going to show you what to do with the rice. We're going to take it out of the pot here, saucepan. And I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of green peas. This is frozen peas. What I do, I just run them from the frozen state under water and add water. That's all you need to. You put them to the hot rice like this. With the bag, we're going to mix it well. Okay, now go back to this here. I'm going to stir them again. Now this should be cooked. Look at that, they're beautiful. Now, we're going to put them in a platter. So what I do for presentation, I fill this, I have a cup. Oh, forgot. I have to brush. This is a cup, which I'm going to brush with water. I'm sorry, with butter. A little bit. Okay. Fill this thing here. And I'm going to pack it good. You have to fill it up and pack it, you know. Make sure it's nice and packed. Now, I'm going to put this over like this. I'm going to take the brochette. I put one like this. One over here like this. The other one here. See, I use my hand. I've been cooking for more than 50 years, and I tell you, my hand, my skin. One side, no problem. We put it where it belongs, right here. And the other one here, we remove the skewer. I got some herbs here for decoration. I would put that later on. So the next thing I'm going to do, and hopefully I'm going to remove the mold, and I hope it won't collapse. Good. A little bit here. All right. Put it back, so no problem. You put it back on. We put some fresh thyme around it, or some kind of herbs. And voila! This is your brochette of scallop with zucchini and rice.
Brochettes of scallops and zucchini. Grilling time, 8 minutes. Next up, behind the scenes. This time, Le Bernardin in New York City. It's no exaggeration to say that the food served in this room launched an American revolution. A revolution in seafood cooking. Customers dine in a setting that's striking for its size and subdued elegance. Well-spaced tables, roomy armchairs under a soaring teak ceiling. Larger-than-life oil paintings reflect the owner's love for the sea. Le Bernardin is the creation of a brother and sister team from France, Gilbert and Maggie Lacose. Their food is refined and very French, yet almost Japanese in its passion for freshness and style of presentation. And now, we join Pierre and Maggie in the dining room.
You and your brother, you have a very successful restaurant in New York City. It didn't start that way.
No, it didn't. We started with a restaurant in Brittany, which belonged to our family.
Yeah.
Then we moved to Paris. We opened a tiny bistro on the left bank. A couple of years after, we opened another restaurant nearby L'Étoile, which was bigger.
Yeah, and they're very successful too, and you became the Queen of Paris, that I know.
Oh, thank you, Pierre.
I have a spy over there.
Thank you. And we decided to open a restaurant in New York because American people were coming to see us for such a long time that we feel we need to go to see them.
And you're on your way to be the Queen of New York City.
Thank you a lot.
So
Pierre.
now I have to go see your brother in the kitchen. All right, Gilbert, this is what you're going to cook for me today?
Absolutely.
What is it?
Best scallop, sea scallop, pardon, coming from Maine this morning by aircraft.
And they are
As
alive.
you can see,
That's the,
you can see?
yeah, they keep moving.
They keep moving, so they are completely alive.
Very good. And
So-
yeah, I like this one.
Open.
Just,
Move a little bit.
yeah, okay.
All right.
Now, what do you do with it now?
So,
That's the way it
Well-
looks like when you open them, right?
yeah, that is the way it looks like when open. So we have just to clean
Yeah.
the scallop all around.
Yeah, you clean it out.
And that is the scallop when...
You don't save anything, right?
Not at all.
You just throw
Not at
away
all. That
everything.
is a little bit too tough, so
Very good.
that is not good. So we are cooking the sea scallop with
Okay.
tomato and sorrel
All
in their
right.
own shell. So now we are going to put some
That's the
tomato puree,
fresh tomato puree.
fresh tomato puree.
Yeah, but there's no skin, no seed, right?
Exact.
So you put about, what, 2 tablespoons around
2 3
it?
tablespoons.
Yeah, about 2.5, yeah.
Now we are using some julienne of
Sorrel. All right. That's fresh sorrel, of
fresh
course.
sorrel.
Yeah.
We are using some stock of fish.
That's a fish stock, a fish broth
Exact.
that you make freshly every day with all the bone you get from your...
Exactly.
Uh-huh. You put about, what, 2 tablespoons of that too?
Exact. And now we are going to cover the scallop
With the shell?
with the shell.
Okay. And you're putting that, this is, what do you got there here? You got salt
Salt and pepper.
and crushed peppercorn.
Yeah.
Not crushed, whole peppercorn.
Absolutely. Give just a little perfume,
This
but that
very
is not
hot.
the
So
it's very
gratin
hot.
dish.
gratin dish. And now we are going to put the scallop in the oven.
This is a
For-
very hot oven eater. Huh?
Absolutely. For approximately 7 or 10 minutes.
So, do you think it's done, Gilbert?
I'm quite sure.
All right, let's see.
8 minutes and a half. That should be perfect.
Okay.
Now let's see what happened.
Now, what happened now? I'm actually to see. Oh, boy, look hot.
It's very hot.
Okay, yes.
Perfect.
Just perfect.
You see, not to
Yeah.
not overcook. So now we are going to make an emulsion.
Yeah, you're going to reduce this? You're going to take...
We're going to reduce that a little bit and add just some butter.
It's a very hot pan. You reduce that very quickly.
Absolutely. Just a little bit of butter.
Now you would what up? Let's see.
1 spoon of butter.
One tablespoon of butter.
And now we're going to make the emulsion. So now the sauce is ready.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to put the scallop now on the
I'll bring the sauce for you here.
Thank you.
Okay?
Oh, you are very full, Pierre. Thank you.
Oh, well, you know, I have to earn my living, you know. You're the star of the show, so I have to do something. It's hot, huh? So you got those special seaweed there.
Some seaweed. And now we're going to put the sauce on it on the top of the scallop. And we are going to add just a little bit of raw julienne of sorrel.
Sorrel again?
Just a little bit for the acidity again.
Yeah. And you
And
top
some cube of tomato.
That's the skinless, seedless
Absolutely.
tomato.
That's it.
And rest for the core.
You see, it's a very simple
Very
recipe.
simple. Looks
Now,
great.
please, Pierre.
And that's the way you sell it to the restaurant like that all the time, right? Ah, perfectly cooked. Mm. You know, the pure sea flavor right there, you know.
Thank you.
Gilbert Lacause's fresh sea scallops with tomato and sorrel. Now back to Pierre in the kitchen.
My next recipe is going to be scallop with endive. I'm going to do a saffron sauce with it, which is going to be very interesting, quick and fast. So what we need 1.25 pounds of scallops. Today I'm going to use bay scallops. But if you cannot find bay scallops, you could use the ocean scallop. So this dish is going to be cooked very fast. So what you should do is cut the scallop, the sea scallop, in quarters or in small pieces to about the same size than the bay scallop. So what we need now, we're going to make the sauce, the base. First, I'm going to cut the endive. We cut the end of the endive here because that's where the root comes from. And what we do, we slice them like this. You could slice them thin or a little larger. So I'm going to do both now. Like this. Now you have to make sure they're separated. Like, see at the end here, so when it's not separated, what you do with a knife, you just slice them like this. Okay? Like here, again is one. Now, what we need is 1 tablespoon of butter to start. Now, I have a 1/4 pound of butter here. I want to show you how to get 1 tablespoon. You cut it in half like this. You cut the other half in half, and you take that little piece here, you cut it in half again, and you got 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay? Very simple. Now, this to this, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of shallots. If you don't have shallots, you could use green onions. Don't use the green part of the the onions. I'm going to put the endive like this. Oh, I forgot my little gadget here. This is very, see, to scoop it out, all you do is this. This is a pastry cutter. Okay. We mix them well. We don't want to burn the shallots. We need half a lemon juice. So I have a gadget which is very good. All you do, make sure to remove the pits. This one is no pits, so you squeeze it out like this. You have about 1 tablespoon. Oh, 2 pits came out. 3. Look at that. What do you know? So you remove them. There's one more here. All right. Now to this we add half a cup of dry white wine. If you like sweet wine, no problem. If you like, you could use sherry or port wine. You could even use champagne. Nothing wrong with it. About half a cup. Salt and pepper. Little bit of salt. Little red hot pepper flake. I love, you know, when I first came in this country, that's many years ago, I came here, you know, the first time I was a baby. It was in 1939, but I came here to cook for the horse fair. But anyway, I couldn't stand the hot spices, you know, I couldn't stand it. But I guess over the years, I learned how to use it, to enjoy it. So now we're going to reduce this a little bit. Now, it takes about 10 minutes. You cover it, and you reduce it. You simmer this for about 10 minutes. Now, I got one already simmering here. I'm going to move it right this here. Now, to this is simmering. I'm going to add some saffron to this. Saffron is very expensive. I was told the other day, I got some already, but I'm going to put some more. I should cost about $600 a pound. So saffron, this is shred saffron. I'm going to move this over here. That's cooking too fast. It's shred saffron. You should, this is what you should buy, the shred saffron. It's loose like this, you see? But it's so expensive, you know. It costs about, like I say, about $600 a pound. But here, you know, you need maybe 1 gram. 1 gram. It's 28 grams and 1 ounce, so it's not too much. Now, so don't buy the saffron, which is already says saffron, is all chopped up in powder, because you don't know what you got. It could be paprika, it could be, I don't know, who knows, something the same color. So this is the real thing. Saffron in here. We put 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. I love heavy cream. Now, you have, see, you just bring that to a bowl. And one is to start to boil a little bit like this. It's bubbling already on the side. We add our scallops. That's going to be done very quickly. And so meanwhile, about a minute, so I'm going to garnish this with cucumber. It's very easy. This is a cucumber. This is what they call the European cucumber. This cucumber has got no seed inside. So you cut this with the end, you take a piece of cucumber. See, it's no seed in here. You don't have to scrape the seed out like in the other one. There's nothing wrong with the other one, believe me. All right, it's getting ready. We have to move fast. You cut it in 4 like this. Now, you don't have to do anything else. But, you know, in French cooking, we shape it like an olive. We go like this around it. You're going to nicely shape. So you can really shape, but it's wasted. But if you have rabbit, you know what I do? I have a friend of mine in Katona, in New York. When I go cooking for him, he gives that to his rabbit. And it's good food for rabbit, believe me. Oh, okay. It's cooking. It's ready. Okay, now, I have a dish right here. I'm going to put the scallops. I got my cucumber here. Smells good. That saffron flavor, it gives a very nice color. And see, the scallop, they're not too cooked. They just, they could see, otherwise if they were overcooked, they'd be all kind of dry, you know, they would look very dry. Now, the cucumber, you could serve them on the side or on the platter. I want to put them in the platter. I'm going to put some fresh dill here, chopped dill. Go over like this. Not too much, just for color. Saute them like this. And you could serve them in a single serving, you know. But today, for the purpose of, it's going to be, we're going to do that this way around. Put them around it like this. So, okay. The center like this. My hand, I like to use my fingers. I work better with my fingers. Fingers are very sensitive. Look at that. Beautiful. So that's the show for Scallop today. See you next time on Cuisine Rapide.
Scallops with endive and saffron sauce. Another easy, great recipe from Pierre Franey's Cuisine Rapide.
Funding for Pierre Franey's Cuisine Rapide is made possible by Caroline Importers Limited, Teaneck, New Jersey. Pierre's quick and easy recipes from today's show, plus more than 250 others, are contained in this companion cookbook. 65 step-by-step line drawings guide you through Pierre's classic technique. To order this 384-page hardcover book, call 1-800-635-COOK. The cost is $22.50 plus $2 shipping and handling. Credit cards are accepted, or send your check to P.O. Box 37142, Omaha, Nebraska 68137.